This is DFW Home Talk, where we educate you on the real facts of the local real estate, credit, and finance markets, empowering you to make informed decisions for you and your family. Achieve financial goals and the dream of home ownership with financial security. Now your host, Kimberly Beckham.
I want y'all to know that with realtors, there's only 1% of the realtors that do 99% of the work, and she is it. And I can personally back and endorse her. DFW Home Talk backs and endorse her, and you're talking to the best of the best. Monica, I really want to get right down to it. Now we found a house. What do we do next? What happens as far as the contract? How do we write that contract and submit that offer?
Well, Kimberly, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm excited to be here and to have such a great endorsement from you. This is when the important process starts. The fun part is shopping. I'm a female, so I love shopping. And after that, then we have to get down to the nuts and bolts of the situation and figure out how to make the best decisions. What we do first is we look at the comparables for that home. We decide a good price for offering on that property, and from there we discuss a variety of things as far as the closing date, as far as how the financing, which you're my best resource for that and my favorite resource, and from there we actually put together a promulgated contract, which is technically called an offer at that point because it's not considered a contract until it's executed by all parties.
At that point, when you're writing the contract, how important is it? I know a lot of realtors don't communicate with the buyer's lender in order to work out the details of the contract. How important is that? I mean, what details need to be discussed with their lender in order to make sure that contract is a success and has the best opportunity to closing on time?
Sure. So probably some of the most important things that we can do as a realtor is make sure that we work as part of a team. And the lender is part of our team. And I don't want to put unrealistic goals on that lender because then it looks as if our team is weak. So I try to communicate with the lender and discover how quickly can they get this person closed, if there's any particular needs that they have as far as seller concessions and assistance with any kind of closing cost, and kind of the nature of the financing that is set aside for them.
Well, let me touch on that. Can you explain to us a little bit about what seller concessions are? What is that and where is that in the contract? I mean, how does that affect the buyer and the seller?
Sure. A lot of people you will hear people say that, well, I had the seller pay all my closing cost when I bought this home. That's actually not true. It is, what closing costs are is, aside from your down payment, you have a certain amount of money that expenditures on closing that home. We have the ability to roll those into the contract price on top of what we're offering. For example, if we are purchasing a home for $150,000, for example, and you as the lender tell us that we have $5,000 in closing cost, we could actually write the contract for $155,000. And that would allow that buyer the ability to not have to bring that money physically to the table, but it's actually rolled into the loan amount. Now, the caveat for that is that it has to appraise for $155,000, even though you're actually only paying $150,000 for the home.
And so what happens if that house doesn't appraise for that $155,000? What happens at that point?
Well, at that point, we try to work together with the agent on the other side, and we try to work through this situation and maybe reduce the sales price to where it fits the appraisal. And also, again, very important to have this communication with that lender to see the financial situation of the client.